This product is available through the link in the description box below. This is the Apple M5 Max MacBook Pro. It arrives with an 18-core CPU, a 40-core GPU, and a price pushing past $5,000. A price tag that high often leads to spec fear. It's that nagging worry that if you don't buy the absolute maximum configuration now, your future creative work will hit a wall. Does this hardware actually eliminate your specific workflow delays? Or are you paying a premium for performance you'll never use? We must match your software demands to the hardware. This flowchart identifies your primary bottleneck to avoid overspending. If you land in the I don't know category regarding hardware limits, you likely don't need this machine. This level of performance is built strictly for the top 2% of power users already pushing their current systems to the breaking point. Pinpointing your workflow bottleneck is the only way to ensure you aren't wasting thousands of dollars. Let's look at the first major variable, the 128 gigabytes of unified memory. Apple charges a significant premium to reach this specific memory capacity. As this chart shows, standard professional tasks remain deep in the bottom left quadrant. For data scientists, however, 128 gigabytes allows for running multi-billion parameter local LLMs entirely within RAM. Because the CPU and GPU share this unified memory pool, the architecture is uniquely efficient for AI compilation tasks that would choke a standard machine. High-end 4K video editing and music production sees zero tangible benefit from 128 gigabytes of RAM. For those standard creative tasks, 64 gigabyte or even 32 gigabyte configurations deliver identical rendering speeds. Unless your project files literally overflow standard capacities every day, this upgrade is an unnecessary business expense. Now we shift to the compute engine, the 18-core CPU and the 40-core GPU. 3D animators can now finally achieve true workstation-level render speeds on a portable device that runs on battery power, but physics still apply. Fully engaging 40 GPU cores creates a massive amount of internal heat. Under a heavy load, you will experience significant external heat and loud, sustained fan noise. This reality stands in direct contrast to the marketing imagery of a silent, cool-to-the-touch laptop. High GPU usage also drains the battery quickly, which effectively keeps you tethered to a wall outlet for any serious work. This laptop functions as a portable desktop replacement, which is only a logical purchase if your rendering time directly equals lost income. Let's address the physical requirements, the 16.2-inch chassis and the 2TB internal SSD. The 16-inch chassis provides the thermal headroom necessary to prevent internal throttling during long renders. However, that size comes with significant weight and physical bulk. If you work on planes or in small cafes, this footprint creates constant physical friction. This chart compares Apple's internal SSD costs to external NVMe chips. The price per gigabyte for the internal upgrade is exceptionally high. Storing your heavy media files on external Thunderbolt drives is a much more efficient use of your budget. Maximizing internal storage and chassis size sacrifices portability for convenience. It requires a careful look at your travel habits. This M5 Max functions as an industrial-grade workstation, built specifically for the demands of high-end production environments. AI developers, VFX artists working in 8K, and high-end 3D animators are the users who actually need this power. If your machine is the only thing standing between you and a finished project, this is a high ROI investment. Standard YouTubers, photographers, and web developers should avoid this configuration. Professional users in those fields will experience the same day-to-day performance on the M5 Pro tier. Choosing the more restrained option can save you thousands of dollars while providing the same output. Look at your current workflow bottleneck right now, rather than a hypothetical problem you might have years from now. Use the links below to check the current pricing on the hardware tier that matches your actual daily requirements. Selecting the hardware that matches your specific output requirements is what makes a workflow efficient and profitable. This product is available through the link in the description.